Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and we're going to be going over a deck that we have not seen in a while, but used to be very, very popular, and that's going to be the Malygos Druid. So for those of you who really enjoyed that deck, here's our rendition on it. It's actually been doing really good. So let's kind of head into the deck list and see what we're torquing with. For those of you who are unfamiliar with how we do our deck guides, we're going to take a look at the deck. I'm going to explain everything that's in it, why it's in there, why I've selected certain cards over others, and then from there we're going to head into some games. We're going to play with the deck, and I'm going to kind of go over why I do what I do and why I do it, and then yeah, it should be good. So with that, let's take a look at the deck. Also, quick note, keep in mind that this deck list I'm showing right here is my updated deck list. So if you see a couple card changes in our, the gameplay, it's because I haven't updated it to this point, but this is, as of now, this is the version that we've got. So one Innervate. So originally there was 2 Nourishes in this deck, and I actually, as playing, quite a few games with this deck, I found that Nourish was most of the time a dead card in my hand because we just had so much draw in the deck that I didn't need Nourish for ramp and I didn't need it for draw. So we ended up actually taking out the Nourishes and putting in an extra Innervate and then throwing in a juicy Psychmelon. So that's why there's no Nourishes, and that's why we see one Innervate here. It was to replace the Nourish, and what did Nourish do? Nourish ramped. What does Innervate do? Nourish ramps. So double Moonfire. This is pretty standard in any Malygos list or any spell power druid. Just really solid. 0 mana if Malygos out, it does 6 damage. If 2 of them are out, we'll see it does 11 damage, and that's pretty good for 0 mana. Wrath, this is our early game removal, whether or not you're killing a minion for 3 damage or you're drawing a card and dealing 1 damage. It's just a really good card in general and in most druid decks. Ferocious Howl, so by itself, really solid card. 3 mana, gain armor based on how big your hand is, and draw 1 card. What makes this card even better in this deck is Archmage Vargoth. So on turn 7, we can go like Archmage Vargoth and then play Ferocious Howl, or actually we should play Ferocious Howl first and then play Vargoth, so we can make sure to, proper ordering. And then from there, also, Archmage really works well with Witching Hour, but we'll get to that when we get there. Wild Growth, being able to ramp in the early game to the later cards in the deck, because there are quite a few expensive minions in this deck, is really important. So even though Wild Growth is 3 mana now instead of its previous 2, it's still an actual really good card in the early game, and it's almost an instant keep in any mulligan. Witching Hour, this is really, really important to your early game. This deck doesn't have a lot to survive anymore in the early stages because Spreading Plague is gone. So with that, I've had to we have to come up with some other way to live in the early game versus aggressive style decks, and Witchwood Grizzly is how we do that. And the key is, how do we bring Witchwood Grizzly back? That's going to be Witching Hour, and in combination with Archmage Vargoth on turn 7, being able to summon 2 3/12 taunts is actually a pretty big deal, and actually can sometimes win games by itself. So Witching Hour, really important. Vargoth, like we've mentioned, really important. Floop, this guy it's a hit or miss. Most of the time he's pretty good. The problem is Dreampetal Florist, which we haven't gotten to, but we will now. When this card reduces a minion in your hand by 7, if it happens to land on the Floop will go to 0, but then if you ever play a new minion, its actual mana cost goes back up to 4. So that's the only reason why I'm with them in the deck. But besides that, being able to copy the last card you played, but between Dreampetal Florist, Gloop Sprayers, Alexstraszas, Malygoses, this guy has a whole bunch of really great uses, and it's just a really good card in the deck. Juicy Psychmelon, most of the time is going to draw you 3 cards. It's kind of hard to argue with that. Worst case, it draws you 1 or 2. Still a really good card. And the cards that you're drawing are all cards that you want in your hand, and there's cards that you need for your combo and you want to get discounted. So there's almost no downside to Juicy Psychmelon unless you just happen to draw it when there's no more 7, 8, or 9 or 10 drops in your deck. But besides that, the card's amazing. Predatory Instincts. Okay, so this is going to be a way for you to draw your Grizzly in the early game and double its health, making it really, really hard for aggressive style decks to get through. The problem is, if you draw your Grizzlies before you draw your Predatory Instincts, this card becomes a really bad dead card in your deck. So I was trying to think of 2 other beasts you could put in here that would make sense, that would help, and the only thing I could think of is Armani Warbear, and it's just, if you put that in there, you're going down a slippery slope of your Dreampetal Florist, having a higher chance to hit not your core minions, which are of course the Jepettos, your Gloop Sprayers, your Malygoses. So right now, 2 predatory, 2 bears. I know it's a bit of an but it's still really good if you happen to get it off. Swipe, absolutely a staple in the Malygos Druid, almost any druid. Our Starfall, Sometimes this card will do nothing for you, and sometimes it'll be a savior. It's just really good in general versus any aggressive style deck, whether you're playing against, you know, Token Druid, you're playing against Zoo Warlock, you're playing against Murloc Shaman, Aggro Shaman, Bomb Hunter. I mean, the deck being able to do 2 damage to everything is just pretty solid. But like I said, some games it'll actually, you know, it won't do anything for you, so it's kind of a hit or miss. Witchwood Grizzly, we've been over that. It's one of the best early game cards this deck has. Starfall, Starfire, I actually hate this card, but there's really not anything better to put. Being able to deal 5 damage for 6 mana and draw a card is just, it's kind of good in this particular deck, just because, you know, it's the Malygos, we want to draw cards, dealing damage is important. But if this card costs 5 mana, I'd be much more impressed with it, and it'd actually be a semi-playable card. But unfortunately, this is in the deck. It is an okay card in this deck, but in general, this card sucks ass, and I'm not very impressed by it. But that's why it's in the deck. Dreampetal Florist. One of the cards that probably the card that makes this deck work as well as it does, and that's being able to, at the end of your turn, of course, discard or discount a minion in your hand by 7, which is huge. Gloop Sprayer is free. Jepetto costs 1, Alexstrasza costs 2, Malygos costs 2. So just really important card, and you won't definitely need to play it at the right time when other cards are in your hand that it can discount that are important, and being able to play to those outs is pretty important with this card. Gloop Sprayer, one of them I found good, 2 of them maybe too much. Maybe I'll test it instead of maybe the Innervate, we'll throw in another Gloop Sprayer. I'm not sure yet, but 1 seems to be working out okay. Kind of, you know, timid to put in 2. Summon a copy of each adjacent minion, whether you're, you know, copying Dreampetal Florists, you know, Alexstraza's, Malygos's, Grizzlies. It's just a really good card, and it wins games by itself as long as you have the board. Jepetto, another really key combo in this deck. You know, being able to draw like a Malygos and an Alexstrasza from your deck for 1 mana is insane. So we could go like in 1 turn, drop like Malygos, flop it, you know, Gloop Sprayer in between, and then have 4 Malygoses out, and like Moonfire twice for like what, 21 damage each is insane. So Jepetto allows you to do combos normally we would only dream about. So super important card in the deck. Alexstrasza, this is for being able to set the opponent's health to 15. This is really important when trying to kill them in a 1 turn, which is what this combo Malygos deck is trying to do. So Alexstrasza is just absolutely a staple in it. It can be used offensively or defensively, most of the time offensively, and yeah, super good card in general. Malygos, again, the key card in the deck, the one that's going to win you the most games, and that's, you know, being able to have your spells do +5 damage, comboing this, well, basically being able to make 1 or 2 Malygoses and then using swipes and Moonfires to hit your opponent in the face to do maximum damage is how we win. So with that, let's head into the games. Before that, if you do happen to play this deck, you copy pasta the list and you have success, or you like what you see, yo, throw an upvote or a comment in the section below. KekXD is really good enough for me. Shows me you like the video, you like what you see, you like the decks we post, and you'd like to see more of it. So with that, let's head into the game, guys, and enjoy.
What up, Fire Mage? What up, Creeper?
Creeper! What's going on? Creeper.
We always keep the Instincts, and then we probably keep Witching Hour too. We're gonna be honest with each other, because this brings back, but like drawing and ramping's cool too. All good. How are you? I'm doing okay. I have a presentation today, so I really don't want to do that, but it is what it is. So I started, instead of studying my slides and practicing, I figured playing terrible decks in Hearthstone is a much better way to, you know, push my time. I could probably do like a practice run on here for you guys, so you guys can learn all about the SCP framework. Am I right? Yes. I feel like if I coin Archmage, he's just gonna be able to draw cards and like just do dirty things to me. So let's just kill this, and I'll just play Archmage next turn. What up, Blindsided? I need more boob out. Big yikes. So if I play this, I'm assuming it's gonna get nay-nayed. Yeah, I'm glad I opted not to yeah. What up, Big Papa? What up, Whip? I figured he has a silence, so like he either attacks here and doesn't silence and I save 9 HP, or he silences this, right? And then I play the big grizzly, the big void. But the problem with this deck is it has no way to get rid of cards like this. Giant mechs. Mass Dispel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This card continues to get larger and larger. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, things I can do. I guess I just play this and pray. All right, so I did the coin hero power there because we're at 12 now and this is 11. So even if he gets through this, he still has to buff this, and he already used 1 silence. So he has to have not only another silence, he has to have the card to buff his guy that he's already buffed twice. So we'll see how that works out. I'm most likely dead. This card just keeps getting larger and larger. You will face my army of bears! The bear's necessities, oh God, are some of the bears. This is my defensive move. Protect me! Access denied. No, he keeps giving this thing so much health, I can't get through it. Jesus! God! This thing is so big, I have no way to kill it. This deck has literally no ways to kill this card. If I swipe. I honestly really don't care which one it copies. Swipe the minion? Hell yeah, brother. Come on. Hold it together. We can do this. Through the power invested in me. Alright, it's down to 3 life again. There's a good chance we can kill it. Healing circle. Alright, it's back to 7 life. It's back to 9 life. Mother freaker. Alright, so what do I need to draw? Wrath. Yes. What up, spooks? Access denied. Oh. This is almost too much. He just minus 17 life. Wait, could I have just won? Yes, I could have actually just won with this card. I could have attacked this twice and dealt 32 to him. Oh no. I had no idea. Oh, yes, we can win now. All right, so if I attack this, he takes 17 damage, correct? Correct. I win. Oh my god, the pros. I didn't even what. What tarnation? We just straight up Falcon punched the shit out of that guy. You walked into some high-level legend gameplay, Mr. Sinister. What do you think you walked in on? You walked in on some good shit. High-level legend gameplay. All right, guys, practicing for my presentation. Are you ready? All right, I'm laying it down to you. All right, thanks, Joe, for talking about our intro. I'm now going to discuss what SCP means and why is it... Wait, I forgot what I'm talking about. All right, there's going to be a cut there. Let's try this again. What was I saying? How does the presentation go? Hold on a second here. It's understanding and his name is Joe. That's who's introducing our stuff. Hold on, let me cheat and look at the slides. I don't remember. This is my slide. Identify the strategic tool. Understand market factors and industry performance. All right, I got this, guys. Check this out. All right, thank you, Joe. I'm going to be covering what SMP is and its purpose. So SCP, I'm just saying the name wrong. SCP stands for structure, conduct, performance. Its purpose is to Ferocious Howl into bigger and better cards. It's not bad. Now the question is, which one of these minions do I hit? So next turn when I Ferocious Howl, it kills the important ones. I'll probably hit the bomb guy, right? Well, what's his turn for? Omega? I want you to know. Okay, moving back to the presentation. All right, SCP. All right, hold on. We'll have to do it in between games because this game I actually want to win because we just got like really nice stuff in the previous game. So I'm like more willing to want to try this game. SMP a game? No, SCP is it's a framework for businesses to tell if an industry has what market factors they use and how profitable it is, which is basically what I've been trying to say this whole time, but I can't remember it. But if you formed it into a question, and then somehow it just like I learned everything I needed to know. Yeah, so SCP, it's structure, conduct, performance. Structure is like how many barriers to entry are there in a business, or how many barriers to entry into the industry, and you know, how many competitors are there, the size of the competitors. Conducts is like how the industry behaves. So like if one company just does something, how do other companies respond to that? It talks about like strategic advantages. So if any industry or a company within the industry has like a good strategic advantage, what are they doing versus the other one's not doing? It also talks about like R&D. So if like all the companies have like $100 million in R&D, you'll probably also have to do about $100 million in R&D. That's good to know before going in there. And then you have your performance, which is based on your structure and your conduct. And that basically tells you the ratios at which your company is going to use to produce the highest level of efficiencies and make the most profitability out of how your company runs. I don't want to do anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. I'm tired of looking now. For some reason, I thought this guy was gonna trigger. And I probably should have just Joybuzz there. I don't know where I'm going. I don't really want concern. I don't wanna do anything other than what I be, baby. It's a good Joybuzz. The problem with reducing this guy is that when I actually play the Malygos, this guy is gonna cost 4 again. Hey, baby. I don't wanna be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. Yo, Malygos Druid back in action, baby. Wow, this song lined up perfectly with him exploding. Market factors, industry performance. What do I gotta remember, guys? Market factors, industry performance. It's all about performance. Are you performing how you should be performing? Are you not performing? We'll find out more on the next episode if Rob can remember one fucking sentence for his presentation. Yeah, I'm excited next week. Does anybody know why I'd be excited for next week? More specifically, next Tuesday. What's happening next Tuesday, boys? It's not showing me offline right now. I'm not offline. I'm online. Roberto is online. Somebody else. Get back. Tell me. Hot date? Nope. I mean, it could be considered a hot date, but it's not with a female. It's with a game. They're getting, what is it called? League of Legends Teamfight Tactics comes out, on Tuesday of next week. I don't know if I'm supposed to coin swipe this. I don't think so. I mean, I could. It makes it for, like, Vargoth to, like, probably stick. Seems fine. Yeah, League of Legends Auto Chess comes out next Tuesday. I was watching some videos of it today. It looks really cool. And it's not like I never didn't like League of Legends. It's just like I wasn't like the best at it, and the games took for so long. But I know all the champions and stuff, so I was like watching some gameplay, and the champions were doing like exactly what they did in the game, which was like super cool. Wow, this is actually really hard to pick between Wild Growth and Ferocious. I think I go Ferocious. It's not tomorrow, the release date. No, next Tuesday, the 25th. The reason I didn't do Wild Growth is because the only minion in my hand is Dreampetal Florist, and she requires other cards in your hand to like discount, you know what I mean? So I'm like ramping into a card that reduces the cost of other minions, and I have no other minions in my hand. So like the Wild Growth, while it is tempting, it's a yummy yum sauce. It's like we're basically buying sauce and we have no chicken or any sort of food to put the sauce on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta make sure we got good sauce or good chicken for the sauce. We can't just have good sauce. You know what I mean? Saucy boys. Well, we have ramp, so I kind of just want to draw, but yeah, whatever. Jesus, where are my minions? What up, Ark? It's fine. I'm really not scared of a 2/9. I've got like 14 armor and 25 life. You know what I'm saying? There we go. And when you go, I know it never ends. Alright, I can play the Dreampetal Florist next turn and just win. What was all this a market and industry, Rob? Tell me. Let me tell you. It's to understand market factors and industry performance. Ah, I hate this card. Well, first of all, why is he playing this card? Like, that's so infuriating. Nah, whatever. He's healing to full. I don't think I can win this game. This card just ruined it for me. I don't play around this card. A lot of people don't play him. Especially in mech decks. Like, there's, like, he's not a mech. Like, the twin spell card, the Lightforge Blessing, probably. But to play the healing, like that light healing card, this card, Flash of Light, him, and the twin spell, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, it works well against our deck, but who the hell's playing Malygos Druid? So I'm gonna need to do like a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. Can I do 46 damage in one turn with this deck with just 2 Moonfires and a swipe? I would have to have how many, like 3 Malygoses? Because this would be 16, 16. Yeah, I'd need 3 Malygoses. Can I make 3 Malygoses? I probably can. Alright. Well, I know I'm going to have to discount Malygos to begin with, right? Been busy to catch your streams, but I watch all your YouTube videos. I tried your budget mech cleric and it kicks ass. Nice. Glad you're enjoying it. I actually had a guy comment on that video, I think the other day. Let's take a look. I actually had 2 comments I want to take a look at. Yeah, one guy was like, it was kind of disappointing because it was kind of sad. I didn't know how to break it to him, so I tried the nicest way to put it as possible. But it was kind of made me a little sad in the pantalones. You know what I'm saying? Where is it? Where is it? He might have actually deleted his comment. That wouldn't also not surprise me. Yeah, there it is. I found it. Let's figure out. Well, I'll bring it up in the next turn. So I need to draw Joybuzz. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, so this was on the mech preset we posted. He goes, I tested the deck and it isn't that good at all. No offense. I lost in Europe like a lot from rank 25 to 22, ranked against all kinds of decks you need to not get countered early game to win. If you guys want really good play a deck, that deck Mech Hunter, it's better a lot. So I had to, like, unfortunately had to break it to him that, like, if this game can go from, like, or this deck can go from, like, 1k legend to, like, top 500, that it probably can win at rank 25. Yeah, I had to try to explain to him it was probably not the deck. Oh, and then we got another comment. This guy right here, Mr. Surprisingly Roomy. That's a good one. So a couple, like, I think about a week ago, we had someone come into the stream and their first words were like, Rob, you suck and your deck sucks. But like no kappas, no smiley faces, just like that's never seen their name before. Just, hey Rob, you suck and your deck sucks. So I think one of our mods, ooh. This is 2, 6, that's only 2 Malygoses though. We need 3 Goosey boys. Our head is also full. So I came into the stream a little bit ago, and then one of the mods banned him, and then he whispered the mod and said I was just kidding. And it's just like, well, if your only words in the chat are like, hey Rob, you suck. Like, and we've never seen your name before, you're probably gonna get banned. So then he left like a big string of YouTube comments saying like, I just wanted to say I got perma-muted on Twitch for making a silly joke about you being bad at the game. It's like, it's not a silly joke, like you literally just told me I suck and my deck sucks. And then you got banned, and then you say, oh, I was just kidding after you get banned. And then he's just, oh gosh. That was another kind of yummy comment. Like, what are you doing, man? I'll never have enough mana to play. Well, no, I will never have enough mana to do all of that, so I gotta do this. I have 9 cards in hand. I don't think I'm gonna be taking a lot of damage, so I think I just wait again. And I think I actually, 2 Malygoses may be enough now. So if I do 2 Malygoses, that's going to be 14, 11, 11, 22. 22 plus 14 is 30. He's still at 41. Yeah, I need 3 gooses, right? I'm like a couple damage off. Joybuzz is gonna get me Gloop and Alexstrasza. So I need to Straza first. For 1 mana. But this is 6. So I've got to play her. And she has to hit Malygos or Joybuzz. Because if I Joybuzz now, I only get 1 card. I could do this and I'm at 6.
Let's see.
But then I still draw a card. So I think it's her. Eh. That means I only can make 2. That was the worst one. He actually willingly just took more damage. I actually just might have lethal now. Alright, so he's at 37. So we have 22 plus 14. $36, and he's at 37. Mother freaker. And if I play her, then I can only get 2 gooses. But wait. If I play her, then Joybuzz.
What if?
I could possibly be dead. I need him to attack this. Why not Witching Hour? Because I wanted to save Witching Hour for when I really need it, like now. Attack with your weapon. Alright, I win. Woo! Oh, gosh. When plans work out, boys. Sananya. Mama mish nini mau. Hey Rob, thanks for streaming today, keeping my mind sane while I wait to find out my mother is going to be okay. I'm sure she'll be alright, man. Best of lucks. I don't know what's going on, but hope the best, buddy. So we go Malygos. Right, this is the amount of damage I think I need to succeed. 11, 11, 12, 24, 14. I think that's exact lethal. Let's check it out. We'll see if the math checks. We'll do some of this. Do some of this. Do some of this. Oh. Oh. Got him. Man, that was so sketch. That felt nice, though. That was a nice, juicy win, boys. Juicy.